Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Offhand Disney video presentation. Now, here at Offhand Disney, we like to take risks, we like to innovate, and we like to show you the best of the Disney parks right from your very own home. And today, I think we have a product that you may just find very enjoyable. Today, we will be presenting to you, the viewer, and those at home, a brand new exclusive ride-through of Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris. A brand new ride-through of Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris, narrated by our very own Offhand Disney. This is going to be a great presentation, everybody, and I hope you look forward to seeing what's coming next with the Offhand Disney channel. And now I'd like to turn it over to Dallin to show you guys the brand new Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris and to give you some of his thoughts while he rides through it with you, the viewer. Thanks, Apple Dallin. I guess. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my virtual ride-through of Phantom Manor, where you and I ride through a Disney attraction together, and I talk about it most of the time. Today's episode, of course, is Phantom Manor in Disneyland Paris that opened with the park back when Eisner was in charge. I have the video all queued up right here, ready to go, so without any further ado, why don't we just hop right into it? It's something I can't experience here in America. 2020 was supposed to be the year I visited Phantom Manor, but that didn't end up happening. Anyways, let's hop in. Alright, so we're walking into the foyer, which looks very, very similar in layout to Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion. There you have a portrait, similar to the Master Gracie portrait that you can find in Orlando. This one, I believe, is of... Yep, there they are, zooming in, Melanie and Henry Ravenswood. You hear above us the voice of Vincent Price, who was originally supposed to be the ghost host narrator, but he ended up being replaced by a French voice actor, but more recently, with an upgrade to Phantom Manor, they brought him back. Very, very cool. Fantastic transformation there. Amazing.
Now, curious souls, come. I have more to show you.
It makes the mansion look newer, you know, with the effect that they do there with the wallpaper and the lighting. Really amazing. And then here, very similarly to the Haunted Mansions in the States, the gargoyles are all the same, the wallpaper. But of course, what is different are the portraits. As you can see, Melanie with her various suitors from over the years. Melanie is the daughter, by the way, of the guy who built this house. He's very rich, and he's a very large tool. He's a jerk. Alright, I'm assuming he's saying, move to the dead center of the room in French. There we go. The lighting changes, fantastic, I love that. And the room is now stretching, as you can see. Similarly to the American mansions.
Perhaps you sense a disquieting metamorphosis.
Is this haunted room actually stretching?
It appears everyone is doomed at Phantom Manor.
Everybody is doomed at Phantom Manor. This is a lot darker than the American mansions because it is based on more French Gothic stories like Phantom of the Opera, which is where they took the idea of the Phantom for Phantom Manor from. It's a French story. Lots of influences, lots of Gothic tones in this, rather than the sort of like New Orleans Mardi Gras voodoo sort of New York style attraction you find in the States. I know I named two different places, but obviously there's one based in New York and one based in New Orleans. Move right there. Perfect. Alright, and of course the door is open, leading us into a completely different changing portrait hallway. This one has motifs and different takes on the Disneyland paintings, but they are different. We will take a look at that right now. By the way, this video is filmed by my good friend LMG Vids. I will link it in the description down below if you want to watch it without me talking over it. He's got a really cool channel full of ride-throughs. So here you see, that's the Thunderbird, I believe. The spirit that lives inside of Big Thunder Mountain. They made the Thunderbird very mad, and ghosts and mysterious things began to appear at the mansion. There's Henry Ravenswood turning into the Phantom. There's, like I said, a different take on a Disneyland portrait. There we go. We have these two guys from the ballroom in the Haunted Mansion, referenced there in that portrait. And then here we have the main piece right there, Melanie herself in her wedding dress, looking gorgeous, but very, very sad as you hear her longing, singing voice echoing throughout the halls of Phantom. Exact same layout here as the Disneyland mansion, I should say. The queue layout is exactly the same. There you have the impressionist busts, the hollowed out bowl of busts that with light lit from the correct angle, it looks like they're following you and that they're not inverted. Lots of mirrors in this mansion. Anyone know the significance of the mirrors? Let me know. So we're boarding our dune buggies, and here, instead of Disneyland, if you look off to the right-hand side, you will see maybe Melanie Ravenswood standing by the window looking out over the town of Thunder Mesa, which is the town of Frontierland. And then here we have the Griffin statues, very similarly. There's the Melanie looking out the window. Very similar to the California mansion, going up the first incline into the house instead of down into the changing portrait hallway like at Disney World. I have to say, I love the music that's used in this version. Very cinematic take on Grim-Grinning Ghosts. It's something you can't hear anywhere else in the Americas, or in the world, I should say. Amazing take, done by Deb Heen, I believe. There we have a different take on the endless hallway with Melanie instead of a candelabra. We still do have the rolly chair on the left there, from the Museum of the Weird, and from the mansions here. There we have the self-playing piano, where the coffin that the guy is trying to get out of the coffin would normally be replaced by a piano. And now entering a very similarly set up corridor of doors to the ones terrifying. Very similar setup to the one in America. This one will have some skeleton hands poking out, and as you can see, glowing wallpaper, which I think is amazing. Madame Yoda now. I know that word. Ah. This is fun, guys. I like riding this attraction with you. Seance Parlor, not really a seance. She's not calling in the spirits. Similarly, she's not calling in the spirits like you would find in the Haunted Mansion. She's more just narrating the story in this version of the seance. And now we have the ballroom set up exactly the same as the American ballrooms. Lots of similar ghosts, but there are two nude animatronics you can see there. Melanie and the Phantom haunting her, as always. And some of the paintings are different, but like the mold, I should say, the structure of the ballroom itself is taken exactly from the Anaheim Mansion, which is taken exactly from the Florida Mansion. There are a few differences here and there, but for the most part, you'll find that it's pretty close to the same. And now we will enter the attic scene, which is very, very different from the American mansions. The exact opposite of the ballroom scene, I should say. Because the bride originated in the attic in America, and they expanded on the bride's story for Phantom Manor, this scene is very different. She's on the opposite side. You can see her staring into the mirror. And if you see the effect of the Phantom appearing behind her, appearing over her shoulder, very creepy. Oh man, happens all the time. You have the Phantom right there, where the Hatbox Ghost would be. No Hatbox Ghost. The Hellhound, of course, taken from a similar animatronic as in the American mansions, but this one has skin on it instead of just being a bony little dog. This is kind of creepy though. As you can can see here we're descending sort of into the ground with skeletons reaching out at us from all angles. Reaching out at us. Yeah, it's a bit darker. There we go. We have the classic Exitensio rendition of Grim Grinning Ghost. Changed instrumentals, making it sound a little bit more ragtimey, a little bit more westerny than, you know, jazzy, like it would be in New Orleans. And then you have an Easter egg right there, the mayor. You heard him right there. It's Paul Frees from the Haunted Mansion, using the face mold of the Dreamfinder from Journey into Imagination. Fun fact there. And the ticket teller we just saw back there, actually used the same mold as either Ezra or the Hatbox Ghost. They look very similar. I believe it is Ezra the Hitchhiking Ghost, though. The tall, skinny skeleton with it more. And there we have the Phantom beckoning us into a coffin. I'm sure we politely refuse, because that doesn't sound very fun. Now we head into the Hitchhiking Ghost scene, or here, in this version, no Hitchhiking Ghost. We go into a mausoleum, and we see, at the end, Melanie Ravenswood, very drunkenly asking us to marry her. I'm going to decline. 1, you're not my type, and 2, I think she's dead, so that would be pretty difficult. And very similarly to the Haunted Mansion, we have the arrows pointing us off the Doom buggies as we step off. And this exit, I should say, is very similar to Pirates, where we go back up, I believe. Yep. And there is no, we do not go up the walking escalator. I'm incorrect on that. That's at Disneyland. But you can hear Melanie, of course, again beckoning you to come back into Phantom Manor. No little Leota to be seen, but you can hear it's Melanie. They took little Leota out completely, I believe. And then you can either go left to Boot Hill or right back to Frontierland. I highly, highly, highly recommend going left back to Boot Hill. Well, everybody, that was Phantom Manor. I hope you enjoyed riding it with me. I hope I didn't talk too much. Let's be honest, I probably talked way too much through the entire thing. Thank you all so much for watching, and now before I go, I need to hand it back to Offhand Apple, or Apple Disney, or Dallin Jobs. I don't know what I should call him, but I'm going to hand it back to him now so he can do the outro for the video, because I need to go do something else that you're going to see next week. Back to you, Dallin. Back to you, Dallin Jobs, Apple. Glasses. Now, I would like to thank you all for tuning in today, and remember that we are now launching a brand new promotion for Offhand Disney's Patreon. That's right, all tier prices have been increased tenfold, but you're still getting the same perks as before. That's how we do it here at, Offhand Disney Productions. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next Offhand video, whatever that may be about. Goodbye.